So we've just had a look at how we can make decreasing peyote, where a pattern or a band actually starts to narrow down until we finally get to a fine point. However, there's also the need sometimes to increase your width. So for example, here I may have some decreases, but then I want to increase the pattern again. And so I need to add more rows on the outside. And we're going to have a look at how to do that. So for this pattern, I've already done 2 blue diamonds, and my next diamond I want to make larger. So I actually want to increase the band for a larger triangle pattern. And so in order to do that, I need to start now to add more and more beads to the edges and increase the edges. So as I come to my end of the pattern where I would normally do a return, I want to actually put a blue and a yellow bead on top of those two. So I'll thread both of those. And then I'm going to go right back through here because I want them to sit side by side on top of my blue bead. There we go. And there they are, there they sit. See, side by side on top. Now I need to fasten them, and kind of like what I do when I'm on the bottom row of the symmetrical peyote, I need to change direction. So I'm going back out here. This also helps me to stitch this bead in place so it doesn't flip around. There we go. There. And back out through the blue. And now you can see that I've actually added an additional row up here. So I'm going to go back down to the bottom, and obviously I have to do the same thing down here. So I'm going to add a red, a black, another black, and here comes my red. There we go. And that's just my usual reversing direction. So nothing new. I'm just using the bead fabric again to change direction. However, normally I would go back up through the red bead and start my upper row, but because I want to keep things symmetrical, I need to add a blue and a yellow bead down here as well. I'm going to do that. So here they go. Again, side by side, yellow on the outside, blue on the other side. And again, I need to change direction. So I'm going to go up here. And down there. Here we go. And I'm going to go back up through the red. So now I've added these two, and I'm going to work my way back down. And at this point, I actually want to decrease my diamonds. So I'm going to go ahead and go red. Black. Black. Another red. And now something interesting has happened because I now have an additional row here. My new row where I have to reverse is actually at the top rather than at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add another blue right here, and I'm going to stitch it in place. There we go. And I can see for my diamond to actually work, I need to add another row on top. Because again, if the diamond is supposed to look like this, it'll have to have a single blue bead right here on top, surrounded by 2 yellow beads. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go with my blue, with my yellow, add them right here, turn around, there we go. And again, reversing direction while fixing this row to the top. There we are. And I'm going to go down again. So now I need another blue. A red. One more black. Let me just get one. There we go. Another red. And in this case, I need to add a blue here. Again, reversing direction. And now I'm looking at, okay, what am I going to do here? So I need another blue here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Going to add another blue here. There we go. And now I want to start building up even more. So to parallel this, I need to put another blue and yellow on top of this here. So again, I bring my thread into position. There we go. I'm gonna add another blue and another yellow. Doesn't matter which sequence. There we go. And again, stitch it to the top row. There we are. And so to go back down, I now want to add a yellow one here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get myself into position. There's my yellow. And now, of course, again, I'm at the wrong side of it. So I'm going to go ahead, reverse direction here. There we are. Come out here. And I'm going to work my way back down. Yellow, blue, couple reds, another blue. So here again, I have to add a couple of beads, the two yellows here, to make it parallel or to make it symmetrical again. So I'm going to flip this. First add a yellow right there. And then I'm actually going to go all the way up to the top and add a yellow here. There we go. Now what I want is I want the yellow edge to kind of continue, so I'm going to add two more yellows on top. There we go. Fix to the top. And then I'm going to go and stitch that to the top row. There we go. And now I can combine this even with decreasing peyote, because I'm saying, you know what, I want to kind of have this finish right here and put an edge, so I'll just stitch through all of those, because this is my biggest expansion. And then I'm simply going to go ahead and start decreasing here. Add another red there. And a blue. And a yellow. Now, of course, I still need my two top yellow ones right here, so I get myself into position. And as a matter of fact, I want to come out of this bead. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse direction one more time. You can see why you need a skinny needle, because for some of these beads, especially when you increase, you're really going through the same bead a lot of times with a lot of thread. And so for that to be possible, for the tiny beads that you're using, skinny needle and very thin thread is pretty important. There's your top. There we go. Stitch it to the top row. And go right all the way back, because now you're decreasing. Right, there you go. And there we're here. And again, I'm finishing a row. Right here. And there's another yellow. And so I can continue my decrease until I'm done with a nice little end piece. Not any different from when I decreased on one of the smaller diamonds before. So you can be really creative. You can go up, you can go down. You know, you can build yourself bracelets that have interesting and varied edges. For this one, I actually finished up with little silver beads on top for a little bit of an accent for key pattern. And this is very much what I did with this one here, right? Going in and out, and repeat as often as you need until you have the length for a nice bracelet. Increasing, decreasing peyote.